Testing, 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 testing.
Bro, get out of the way. Bro, you bitch. Bro, move, you bitch ass gay motherfucker. I think I'm gonna start at Firelink just to get those 10 heals. It's not far at all. Might be even closer. Wish I could save state this. So I'll do this stupid ass. You can't move. We exchange blows. I think I'm gonna go to Firelink. So it's not that far at all with those 10 heals. I don't know, it might get annoying with going through that elevator, but we'll do it. If you hear a stupid ass dog in the back, it's my stupid ass dog, so there's nothing I can do. I can't stop him from barking, so. Nah, I think this way is faster. I think it's faster. Yeah, I'm not about to get fucked. Come out here. I dodged. Literally just doesn't. I don't know what to do with this fight. I don't. I dodge. It does nothing. It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. I'm not gonna get mad because this is just starting out. But I really do hate this fight. This is one of the gayest fucking fights they've ever come up with. I mean, I really do. Once we get past this fight, everything will be easy. Maybe not easy, but everything will be smooth at the least until we get to O and S. God. Hold on. Okay. My bad, chat. Literally don't know what to do anymore. The dodge button just doesn't work. The dodge button don't work, everybody. It just doesn't work. Not for normal NPCs, not for a boss. It just doesn't work. I was on his side! I can't even get to the boss. Alright, we're alright. We're not gonna get mad. We're not gonna get mad. Getting mad only makes it worse. Getting mad only makes it worse. Some good shit. Getting mad only makes it worse. Oh, that was close, actually. Shoot. That's right. Come out here, big boy. That's right. Come to me, big boy. Oh! Right, now come to this pillar. Come to the pillar. Okay, so that just... It cancels out my attacks. I'm not doing it, buddy. I might just run past him. We're not gonna get mad. We're not gonna get mad. We're not going to get mad at all. We're not gonna get mad. Nah. I will do this, though. So I can at least throw shit at him. In case he wants to bullshit. And then take it off. Either I can try to get past, or I can kill him and get past him. Or I can draw him out. Which that would take a little not longer, it would just take a tad bit longer.
To tell the story of Gwyn's children is to tell the story of Gwyn himself, for his children were all born to fulfill a purpose. Gwyn's first daughter, Guinevere, was a maternal figure cherished by all. She
Try a
was
few
born
things.
to soothe the kingdom after a period of intense war.
Well, are you gonna come?
Gwyn's son, Gwendolyn, was a master of illusion. After Guinevere fled the failing kingdom in fear, it was Gwyn.
What are you I'm hitting him, it's not doing anything! Literally, I am hitting him, and it's not doing anything to him.
Truly a product of her father's pride, for as long as she slumbered.
Oh my god, it does nothing to him when I hit him! What is this?
Erased from history.
Whatever, we got him, we fucking...
Gwyn's
whatever.
firstborn son. The first war ever fought was the war for disparity. A war for the right to flesh and blood.
Bro, can y'all fuck off? Please, just fuck off. Let me get past. Sweet Jesus, man. God, I hate... Once I get past the... I'm never doing SL1 again for DS1. You can fucking forget that shit. I'll do SL 138.
Like his brothers and his sisters to come, he was divinely conceived for this purpose. So it was that the son's eldest born inherited the lightning from his father, and with this powerful predisposition for war and arms. His weapon was an ingenious sword spear that leveraged the user's own body, allowing it to be trodden remarkably deep into tough dragon. This was the earliest form of what would become the cross spear, which went on to inspire the legendary weapon wielded by the Dragon Slayer Ornstein. Surprisingly, it took the first knight to the Nameless King himself. The Nameless King also wore an attire with sharp dragon scales, as they were themselves
really do hate this
impervious
fight.
to fire. And it seems that the best tools against the dragons take
It's like you can't do anything. It's like you can't do anything, bro! You can't do nothing against these guys! Bro, I don't want to do this shit, dude. What the fuck?
Travel to not only serves the nameless king in the war, but also his firstborn Ornstein.
Hate this fucking fight so goddamn much. I fucking hate this fight. One of the gayest fucking fights in the...
Miraculous tale known as Sacred Oath. And so,
Why do I
it
put
was
myself
with
through this
strength,
bullshit?
courage, cunning, and unity that the war for disparity was won.
Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but from every one of them, we lost threescore of other: separation, pride, hatred, hate. Dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. Me, there's very little to be said. Good as a dog. No hares to hunt, but I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose.
With the war won, these lords were the first to face an uncomfortable truth, that their glory, much like that of the dragons, would not last forever. The everlasting dragons were vulnerable now, and were forced to
Move!
so they gave birth, and slowly began to mutate and deviate in their evolution. Wyverns, serpents, man-serpents, and basilisks, the imperfect, the crossbreeds, and the wretches, dragons that spit fire, lightning, poison, and corrosion. Some even caught the undead curse. And so it was that, despite Gwyn's best efforts, dragons and their kin lived on, some as unchanged as ever.
The fact that it's a mandatory fight, well, we're doing all bosses, so.
Surviving ancient dragon who resides in this land. A coterie of undead serves the dragon as they try to become dragons themselves. Sounds unlikely, but you never know, do you?
As the gods really should have known, faith always finds a way. And ironically, it was the gods and not the dragons who failed to adapt. A war had been fought in the name of disparity, but Gwyn's Age of Fire was nothing of the sort. Darkness was the enemy now, and Gwyn would do anything to prevent his Age of Fire from ending. Anything. So how righteous, truly, could their war against the ancient...
Miyazaki, you're a
changing
punk-ass
dragons
bitch
have
for
been,
doing that shit.
when Gwyn himself refused to see the natural
Move, you
order.
fucking bitch.
Thus began the betrayal of Gwyn's firstborn son, his god of war, who allied with the remaining ancient dragons. Shamed by his firstborn's betrayal, enraged at his disobedience, and driven by that famous desire to erase all that opposed him, Gwyn disowned his firstborn son, his royal blood. His legacy was untouched from the annals of history, and the altar of his worship was smashed. His name was once forever felt the gods of and the faithful sons of his king had some faithful knights indeed. Look within the rubble of these statues. Amidst the traces of the nameless king's gold wrappings, his braces, his attire, and you might just smile at the cross-spear design, the one you put on first.
We're alright, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Get up!
In the dragons, they feed the film of the nameless king's betrayal. Ornstein's sons figured
That, I dodged. I fucking dodged. I dodged. Why aren't you healing? I'm pressing the button! The buttons just don't work! The buttons just do not work! I've dodged multiple times, I've healed multiple times, and it does nothing. Oh my, the buttons just do not fucking work. Bro, I dodged! What in the hell is going on? I'm getting greedy, I'm getting greedy, I'm getting greedy. I'm getting very greedy. Bro, you're just not hitting. He's literally just one fucking hit. He's one hit. You bitch, just fucking die.
But if one had attempted to trace his path, one would find evidence of the influence that these two men
Fuck you.
left. In Toronto, for example, we witness an older lion with armor blessed by a certain war. More curiously, the figured Peter.
Die. GG's. Good God. Alright. Alright. God. That was ridiculous. A little bit. A lot, actually. Holy shit. Ooh.
In the drowned ruins of Hade, there's a being who aspires to the great legacy of the old dragon slayer. So is this Ornstein himself? Probably not, though how curious is it that a man inspired by a dragon slayer would be allied with the dragons that are right outside his gate? The world was changing, and in truth, those who aspire to conquer dragons overwhelmingly end up with them as their allies. Look to our nameless king, who was born for a war against them, only to ally with the vestiges of their race. Look to Vendrick, who inherited Gwyn's legacy, yet aspired to recreate their power. Look to the kingdom of Lothric, whose knights were originally hunters of dragons, yet they ended up taming them and fighting at their side. Look at Prince Rickard, who fought in a stronghold filled with serpents and ended up being summoned as their champion at Archdragon Peak. Look to Havel, who adopted a spine of stone and a dragon's tooth only to uphold a sacred oath with their nameless king. And finally,
We're
to Ornstein, the dragon slayer, who
we're at
laden with duties and
Asylum Demon,
decided that the only one
Taurus
that
Demon,
matter was his
oh
pledge
forgot,
to
and
exile.
Bell Gargoyles.
So it was that the way of the dragon led him to the Nameless King's stronghold. In the years after his exile, the Nameless King had tamed a storm drake, upon which he had led a lifetime of battle. Eventually, he settled here, upon Archdragon Peak. This, it appears, was a place where dragons and their kin could worship and live in peace. It was only a matter of time, after all, until Gwyn's Age of Fire would burn down to ash, and dragons, as we know, have both time and patience in abundance. Alas, an unkindled would eventually find his way here, to Archdragon Peak, driven by this unstoppable desire to claim the strength of a war god, and to claim the strength of his ancient companions, so that Gwyn's Age of Fire would finally be brought to an end. For war is supposed to be waged for what we believe in.
Oh, that was awesome.
To erase our opposition to existence.
Yeah, take that. Now I'm kicking all the ass. Oh, hold on.
The stories of Souls games have always revolved around bosses, but that statement has never been more true than for Dark Souls 3. If you understand who you're killing in this game, then you will understand the story. The first one in your way is Udex Gundyr, the Ashen Judge and Scabbard World Sword Shrine. This sword is
they don't drop anything? Okay.
Ash, who can best him in battle. But before he was the Ashen Judge, Gundyr walked through this place much like we did, on his way to meet his Firekeeper and link the fire. Charged with a duty and granted a cast iron halberd that would never crumble, Gundyr arrived.
Bro, can y'all go away? Can y'all fuck off? Please? Go the fuck away.
Already faded, and his Firekeeper had been thrown into the depths of the bell tower, grave of
Oh my god.
She never met her champion, and the ensuing was became a favorite tale of the Bastards. And after he was bested by an unknown warrior, which is probably us, Gundyr became sheathed to a coiled sword.
Die. God. Oh, there's a fucking another one.
His unbreakable halberd was fated to eternal service from the beginning. Since it's implied that Gundyr expected to meet a firekeeper, he was likely meant as a candidate for linking the fire. Those capable of
Bro,
linking
die!
named
God! Y'all get to the
the
slightest bit of health and y'all still be kicking.
Indeed, the game speaks of 3 Lords of Cinder who have already linked the fire, and they're being resurrected as a last resort to link it once again. In the opening cutscene, you saw them: Aldrich, Saint of the Deep, Yorm the Giant, and Farron's Abyss Watchers. Each of these lords once had an age of their own, and the remnants of their age lives on in Dark Souls 3 and in their resurrection. For example, Aldrich is linked to these bosses and their stories. The Abyss Watchers are linked here, and those in Lothric are conjoined here. For simplicity's sake, we're going to discuss these stories in 3 chunks, starting with Aldrich, Pontiff Sullivan, Vort, and the Dancer, who all reside in the Boreal Valley. The Boreal Valley is currently ruled over by Pontiff Sullivan, a tyrant who sends his Outrider Knights to serve as his watchful eyes and his guards. And the first knight of Pontiff Sullivan we meet is Vort, an Outrider Knight who ambushes us as we attempt to leave Lothric. So the Outrider Knight's job is to keep an eye on things. Sullivan's Knights are also described as his watchful eyes and his punitive blades. Each Outrider Knight is provided with a ring by the Pontiff, which transforms them into frenzied beasts and lures them into battles of death. Specifically, the 2 main Outrider Knights we see upon the high wall of Lothric appear at both points of progression in the area, so perhaps they serve as strategically placed guards in order to hinder our progression, and for Sullivan to keep an eye on the world. When you went through Irithyll, I'm sure you noticed that ghosts that seem to be walking the streets. Well, they likely represent the Outrider Knights before their departure and descent into madness, because 2 in particular are very interesting. They walk together, one man, one female, and
Hold on, chat.
wears the mask of the Dancer. Vort was never far from the fleeting Dancer, who watches over Emma in Lothric's
Okay.
Grand Cathedral. The Dancer is far more intriguing than
Okay,
Vort
we're
is.
back.
The Pontiff ordered her to serve as a dancer, and then he ordered her to serve as his Outrider Knight. He bestowed enchanted swords upon her.
Alright,
One
who's
dark,
next?
one light, mirroring his
Let's
own.
go get Quailag.
Black eyes of Pontiff transformed her into a
Quailag.
beastly creature, her gauntlets
Have I-
fusing with her own hide. The fascinating thing about the Dancer, though, is who she was before she became Sullivan's pet. It's a very popular theory that she is one
That
of
is
the
a
3
shame.
daughters of Guinevere who appear in-game. Here's the evidence. Her Aurora Veil is said to be an article of the Old Gods, which is permitted only for direct descendants of the Old God family. The Dancer's soul can also be transposed to give you the spell Soothing Sunlight.
Oh my god, imagine if we had to go through Blighttown. Oh, thank god I got the Master Key so we don't have to, but... Oh, we would need to kill... Oh, god, fucking Capra Demon's gonna be hell. Capra Demon's gonna be hell. Where do we need to go?
And of course, as you know, Pontiff Sullivan, the Tyrant, now rules over Irithyll and Anor Londo, so it's my belief that Sullivan gained power within Anor Londo, then proclaimed himself Pontiff, and ordered Guinevere's daughter to serve as his dancer, and then Outrider Knight. The royal family
Keep giving me
was
these Titanite
usurped
shards,
and
fuck yeah.
devoured and
Titanite.
apart by Sullivan, who Yorshka says
I don't know what weapon
even
would
after
be
the family's
good
passing,
for
the
DS1,
Knights lived over Anor
SL1.
and ruined cathedral.
Can't talk.
The story behind Pontiff Sullivan's rise to power is told.
I don't really know. Fraga and probably
But in a nutshell, I believe
Das would probably know. Fraga and Das. If y'all are in chat, which weapon would y'all recommend I do? Well, Fraga, which weapon do you recommend? And Das, which weapon do you recommend? Because I don't know how far this axe is gonna get me.
Well,
Then Sullivan wrongfully proclaimed himself pontiff and took me prisoner.
oi,
Where could my
where are
dear
you
brother
off to?
be?
So when I say
Oh,
that
where
Pontiff
could
Sullivan
your dear
took
brother
over
be?
Anor Londo from within, it is speculation on my part. But my reasoning is that he knew of
So there's a theory that fucking
and he wrongfully himself.
Dancer is Gwen's
which
granddaughter.
implied
Oh
that he
shit,
was
I
part
didn't know
of the
that shit.
system already. A pontiff is essentially a high priest, and the miracles, the weaponry, and the rings of the Dark Moon all rely on faith. Additionally, there's a bit more evidence that the pontiff was a part of the Dark Moon system already. The sword in his left hand is a ceremonial sword representing the judgment of the moon. However, its magic is far closer to sorcery than any existing lunar power. Its dark blue hues, deeper
If
than
I
the
go,
darkest moon,
if I even go near
reflect
Havel right
sorcerer's
now,
soul's
I'm
true nature.
fucked. I don't want to get to Havel. I
Salaman
just want
a
to.
tyrant,
I don't know.
which can mean someone who elects themselves
God,
ruler
fucking
without
Capper
legal
Demon.
right.
Hold on.
This, along with his great sword of judgment that references the moon, furthers that idea that he took over from within, the figurehead of a movement that was abandoning their faith in favor of Salaman's true calling, dark sorceries. And the same sort of shift was happening amongst the deacons of the deep, who we find all throughout Anor Londo. Originally, though, they were a group of clergymen dedicated to sealing away the potential horrors of the deep. Deep protection tells us that the deep was originally a peaceful and sacred place, its deacons wearing dark red robes denoting their blessing of fire. Over time, however, the deep became the final rest for many abhorrent things, and indeed, human dregs were
Okay,
likely
my bad,
some
chat.
of those things, as the dregs of humanity are said to sink to the lowest depths imaginable, forming the bedrock of the world. Those who linger too long on the brink of the deep will often slip, and lurking within
I mean,
the deep
I'm
are insects which tear open the
probably gonna use Crystal Halberd
Eventually, those dedicated to
for a
sealing
while,
away the
but
horrors of the deep succumb to its very power. An example of this is their
I'm gonna need to
which was
get
originally
the wooden
intended to
ring,
teach divine
so
protection,
it's
but
dirt, so it
had
can
dark
last longer.
tales added to its pages, making it a thing most
In case I die, I don't have to
and
do that
along with this descent,
long ass run back.
presumably, was Aldrich, Saint of the Deep.
A right and proper cleric. Only he didn't
Why did I go the long way? I'm not thinking. I just took the long way. I'm a dumbass. I'm a actual dumbass. Well, we made it this far, so.
Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a lord of sin and of the purgatory, but for the mind.
Aldrich was this simple saint who became a hugely powerful being, eventually chosen, maybe willingly and maybe not, to become a Lord of Cinder and Link of Fire. The deacon skirt tells us that the deacons tended to the flame, and I'm perhaps inclined to believe that this meant that maybe they were tending to the flame of Aldrich when he was a Lord of Cinder. And whether this is true or not, we do know that the deacons eventually succumbed to the horrors of the deep, and neither tending to the flame nor the faith were saved. You would have noticed that many deacons practiced dark sorceries, which were imparted to them by Archdeacon MacDonald, and who was
Fuck
largely
me.
responsible
Alright.
for the corruption of the
We're
deacons.
gonna spend
Archdeacon
some
MacDonald
souls. I just now
angel
remembered.
stagnating souls. For him, they represented the glorious bedrock of this world. Under the guidance of Archdeacon MacDonald, these deacons became both clergymen and sorcerers. The Archdeacon's sin, as it's called, was to channel faith, sorcery, which transformed his star.
We are gonna go to Firelink Shrine and get that, light the bonfire again, just so we get the 10 flasks. We have to do the run back. No, we can't do that actually. In case we die. Yeah, just in case we die, we don't have to do all that shit. Well, we'll see. Hold on, I'll make that determination. So this is the run back essentially.
And the coming age of the deep sea, filled with new purpose. He knew what he had to do. He would devour the gods himself. When we get to the deacons of the deep, we expect to find Aldrich in his coffin, but he's already left for his home in the Lumen Valley. The deacons here are led by Archdeacon Royce, who is one of the 3 archdeacons who remained behind.
Fucking Blight Town.
His master's coffin, hoping that one day he would return.
Hate this place so much. I hate this place.
Most valiant subjects. Wherever you go, the moon sets in Earthen. B. Irritable. When Aldrich landed, Archdeacon McDonald
I hate this place with a burning passion.
in the depths of Anor Londo, and
Alright.
like many other Deacons, is
Mm.
obese, huge.
I don't know what I want to
I
do.
see that as a legacy of Aldrich.
Do I want to go get the Firekeeper soul now, or...
In Anor Londo, Archdeacon McDonald came to lead the Aldrich faithful, but members who exist to ensure that Aldrich, devourer of
Alright, you know
gods,
what?
remains
We're just gonna go ahead. We're just gonna go for it. We are just going to go for it. Oh my god. Alright. Not what I wanted to do. But whatever. If we die, we die. God damn it. Come on, get it. Yeah, we got it. I don't give a fuck.
In this dream, he saw the form of a young, pale girl in hiding. We know this is Yorshka, who was sister
I'm fucked.
to Gwendolyn, and half-breed who is
I'm
parallel
fucked.
to Priscilla from Dark Souls 1.
I'm fucked. I might as well just, yeah. I might as well just die. Yeah. Alright, well, we got the Firekeeper soul. We can go ahead and cash that in.
Has some interesting implications, because Aldrich is clearly wielding a Gravelord greatsword upon the end of his spear, which lends credit towards this theory that Aldrich has devoured Nito in some capacity, and he is called the devourer of gods, plural, after all. So another question becomes, did Aldrich also devour Nito? Well, he has the wispy Nito-like cloak with skulls within it, but I think it's more likely that these skulls are just remnants of other humans that he's devoured. You have to remember there is no concrete evidence that he has devoured Nito, and I personally think it's more likely that he simply dreamt up the Gravelord spell in a similar manner to which he dreamt up the Life Hunt sign from Yorshka. But what do you think shapes the story here, so let me know. So that's
I see your fat ass horse. I know where you at.
explained for the
I know you Havel.
and the biggest
I know you Havel. You can't trick me.
in other videos is
I know there's a way I can cheese you, but I'm not doing that right now, at least.
and in what order this story
Damn, he really not letting up.
because timeline is always one of the hardest things to get right in the Soul series, but the biggest curiosity in my opinion, and the one that
Move. Havel's right there. Oh my god.
visions of the age of the deep sea. From a being
Whatever. As long as you're out of the way.
visions so accurate, he can learn spells from those visions.
Oh my
So,
god.
in a franchise that's entirely self-contained within this age of fire and its cycles,
Hey, Wov.
this vision of the deep
How are
sea,
you?
it's pretty much the only mention of a different future. And it's a
Yeah, your aim is on fucking point.
expected to be referenced
Your aim is on fucking point.
assuming it's not just a reference to Bloodborne.
You are the best aimer in the world.
This project, so maybe we'll see something related to this.
Sweet Jesus. Been getting stuff done around the house. That's nice. That's good.
Something sets
Working girl.
this path. When Sullivan
Or
was
working
a young
woman.
sorcerer, he discovered the profaned capital, and down there he
Bitch!
discovered an unfading flame.
Bitch!
In the tundra of Irithyll, and when he found this, a burning ambition.
We just beat gargoyles
The
at level 1.
can't know, but we do know a few
Probably
things.
about 10
We know it's an
attempts,
unfading
maybe more
flame.
than that.
We know that it can be manipulated, and we know that it swallows the hearts of those who wield it. Tiff himself imbued his greatsword with this fire, and he also gave it to his holy.
Oh, we just beat Bell Gargoyles.
The fire
Why you? We just beat Bell Gargoyles at level 1.
And as one last example,
So that's
of
3
its
bosses
corrupting
down.
influence, the handmaidens who wield it down in the profaned capital.
Yes.
Their dagger says that they take pleasure
Probably
in
about
killing others, and
15 attempts.
himself.
If maybe 10.
Apart from that, we know precious little about the profaned flame, and this has been the hardest part of the script to write for me, because the profaned flame defies all categorization as flames that have existed previously in the series. So I'm going to work on my theories on it, and while I'm doing that, I'll list those theories in the description, because I could talk about this thing for a very long time without actually getting anywhere. But the final thing, and maybe the most important thing we know about the Profaned Flame, is that Yorm the Giant became a load of cinder to put it to rest. Now, clearly, Yorm was not successful, because the Profaned Flame has infiltrated almost all of Earthbit and set a lot of it.
Yeah.
This just adds even more.
It cannot be lit, because that's...
Yorm is the descendant of an ancient conqueror, and was asked by the very people once subjugated to lead them, serving as both a weighty blade and a stone-hard shield.
So we're just
Yorm
fucked either way.
unflinchingly as a one-man vanguard, but one day he lost the one he wished to protect. In response, he threw down his great shield and added a left-handed notch to his machete instead, so he could two-hand it, or left to protect. All the while, his human subjects appeared respectful of him. They were insincere when they called him a lord, and they doubted him. He is called Lonely Yorm in his cinders, and perhaps that's because he lost the one he wished to protect, or perhaps because he didn't have the love of his people. At some point, the Profaned Flame became a real problem in the capital, for according to his cinders, Yorm decided to sacrifice himself and become a Lord of Cinder to put the Profaned Flame to rest. I don't know why Yorm decided that, hey, I'm going to put out fire with fire, because when he did this, fire rained down from the sky and incinerated naught but human flesh. This is an interesting insight into who the linking of the fire consumes. It consumed humans, and humans alone, and you see their disfigured, smelted corpses all around Yorm's chamber. Before he linked the fire, however, Yorm left behind two Stormwalkers, which was a legendary greatsword, also known as the Giant Slayer, or the residual strength of the sword that brings giants to their knees. So this thing could kill giants, and one he gave to the humans who doubted him. He called them out on their cowardly words and gave them a weapon capable of killing him. And the other Storm Ruler he gave to a dear friend in return for a promise. This dear friend was Seek, who journeys to the main capital to uphold his promise and slay his old friend. Presumably,
Thankfully, we're not that far from the
wanted
bonfire.
Seawood to kill him if he ever betrayed his duty, and Seawood does so, seeing that Yorm has not returned to link the fire once again. The profaned capital also had its sorcerers, who claimed heirship to the legacy of the renowned scholar, Big Mac Logan, even going so far as to emulate the type of staff he used. But halfway across the world, I know of two crystal sages who emulated him even more.
Alright, sweet. There's a Titanite slab up here too.
To the scholars who operate the archives, and one of them went on to ally with the Undead Legion. The Undead Legion of Farron was a caravan
Oh, it might not be a
of undead
Titanite slab. I
dedicated
actually
to
don't
the
know what's in this
eradication of
chest.
the Abyss wherever it was found. The Abyss Watchers, as they were called, follow the duty and the
Dragon scale, that's probably what I...
of Dark Souls 1,
I
known
don't
as
know.
Artorias, the Abyss Walker.
I
They
got
are
one dragon
essentially
scale.
his legacy. They made their home in Farron Keep, and
Alright.
high above Farron Keep,
Let's go
lies
face
a massive
Quailag.
roof. The Abyss Watchers, for their hunting of the Abyss, they required some art that went beyond any existing art. The legacy of Artorias
Yeah.
provided just that.
I don't know what dragon scales do in this game.
Shirked as this sinister omen by the masses, because think about it, if you saw that pointed steel helmet coming towards your kingdom, you knew you were in trouble, because these guys are dedicated to taking out the Abyss. And indeed,
Also, what are you watching? I turn the volume up all the way. Sounds interesting. I put on Souls lore in the background while I do SL1 or Dark Souls lore.
Is the encounter with High Lord Wolnir, a ruler who succumbed to the Abyss. Before succumbing to the Abyss, Wolnir was he ruled over the people of Karthus of the Sands, formidable warriors who were masters of the curved sword, and also
Either I can do this two ways. I can do RTSR setup, or I can just fight her normally. I don't know what I want to do.
At all costs, for where was the honor in death? They lived for their High Lord Wolnir, who was conqueror of most lands.
I am gonna wait till the poison goes.
They loved him. In Wolnir's time, there were other lords who had their crowns rightfully bequeathed bequeathed upon them,
Bequeathed.
but Wolnir brought them to their knees and ground their crowns to dust, forming his own crown from theirs, for he was the one High Lord, keen to outlive all others. Reminds me a lot of what we did.
Real quick,
in Dark Souls.
any of
Anyway,
the
somehow,
lore that you
Wolnir
hear is not
himself
owned by me,
fell
it's
into the
owned by
abyss,
Vadi
and he was
Vida,
gripped
whatever
by
the
this fear of
weird ass
true
name.
darkness, and he
Title
pleaded
name Dark
the
Souls
gods
3
for
Lore of
mercy.
the Main Bosses.
In our boss fight with him, there is
But
a
no, I don't own
darkness
any of
below
this
Wolnir, and
audio
it's
playing, he
struggling
owns
to
it,
consume him.
and he has a
But
weird ass
Wolnir
name.
had his holy sword,
But he's damn good at
and he
Souls
had
lore,
3
so I can't
armlets
make...
which he had stripped
can't
from
do
the
much.
corpses of clerics, and these things gave him some semblance of comfort. Of course.
Oh, damn, I don't know
story
that it was even on.
The abyss finally consumes him. While he was in the abyss, however, Wolnir was not inactive. Black Serpent is this pyromancy
I don't think
that
I
was
have
discovered
any...
from the abyss
Yeah, I don't
by
have any.
Wolnir, which went on to
Damn it.
inspire the black arts of his grave.
Alright, well, we're just gonna go ahead and get
The
started.
Grave Warden
No,
pyromancy
no
was
RTSR setup.
developed by his grave
We are
warden,
gonna see the
who
beautiful
discovered
cutscene,
his
though.
pyromancies. And going back up for a second, Wolnir and the Abyss, their proximity to the Abyss Watchers probably isn't coincidence. In fact, it makes sense more compass.
Show us the
The
titties.
Abyss Watchers toppled. So let's go back up to the Abyss Watchers for a second and see if this theory holds any weight. Eventually, the
Ooh.
Abyss Watchers became Lords of Cinder.
Ooh,
Their
ooh.
shambles blood served their
Just wanna
mandate
put your face
as
between
lords.
them.
Essentially, it met the requirements. To gain access to the Abyss Watchers, you have to extinguish 3 flames. And I'd always wondered why this ritual existed. It felt very video gamey and out of place. But I went through lots of recently, and
Oh, this is gonna be a long fight.
ratings behind each flame. One looks like the 4 Kings, one looks like Nico, and one looks like the Bed of Chaos.
Well, we got it, though. I think we got it.
These were the souls you had to collect to gain access to it and open the jars to the
Oh, damn!
These are likely here to
Okay.
symbolize that fight for extinguishing freedom.
Alright.
Door that explains the ritual. Anyway, that's more a piece
Okay.
of trivia than anything.
That was on me.
After the Legion's Watchers became Lords of Cinder,
Jesus, I do so
the
little
blood
damage,
dried
bro,
up,
but
and
we got
Farron
it, though.
was consumed by a festering wood. Dark wraiths began to roam, the keep fell to ruins, and as
Move, fat ass! God!
the Abyss Watchers, upon being resurrected,
You fat fuck.
once more, may have been affected by the Abyss as well. So here's the theory. The
Alright,
Abyss
I'm gonna have
Watchers
to get a
perceived
better
the
weapon
Abyss, right?
soon.
Well, what if, upon their resurrection, the Abyss are
Like,
alone
very
and
soon, like,
not
after this fight.
correct?
I
The
am
Abyss Watchers themselves is
confident in my skills with this fight, because I know this fight really well, that I can beat it with doing that little damage, but still, though, I don't really want to, but I'm gonna have to.
When I read this
I know a lot about DS1, but not
something
enough
else
to
clicked as well.
about which weapon would be great for
Armor
SL1,
which
but
belonged to Artorias
we're just gonna roll with
the
it.
Abyss says that the armor of the Abyss
Just gonna
Watchers
roll with it.
suggests their own eventual end. So the game is drawing a parallel here between Artorias and the Abyss Watchers. It's saying that the armor of the Abyss Watchers shows that they're falling to the Abyss as well. And here's the really interesting thing. When you look closely at their armor, you realize that the Abyss rising above. So the armor is showing us that they fell to the Abyss. This theory
I need
is
to be aware of my surroundings.
but I think it's the best explanation for their infighting. It's my favorite explanation.
You gonna blow up this time? Alright.
So you guys, so thank you. The Knights of Lothric were hunters of dragons, explaining their ability to light up to worship the sun. They have since killed dragons.
Damn, I can't get to. Well, no, fuck, I can't get to him. I can't get to her or get to him. Alright, come on. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. We're good.
tens you can see that their flesh and bone, and they're almost bent backwards with their name is one of the biggest taboos that we have, and the word pilgrim is meaning
Whoa!
or die on their way.
What's that attack?
Just like these pilgrims.
I ain't never seen that attack before.
And in both these cases,
Really?
with the pilgrims and the pilgrim
Yeah, this bitch is trying to trap me.
so that's
It's not gonna work, bitch.
DLC, and I think that's pretty likely. I'm going to list two other things.
Oh, fuck.
The butterflies, because the bottom line is we don't know what they are. Next is the archives. The archives is Prince Lothric and his brother, Lorian.
We're good. Almost got fucked again.
And I think their rejection of the fire might have been what set their resurrections into motion. This is just a theory, but I think it's backed up by most of these descriptions.
Nah, we're going. No, we're getting as far away from that fire as we can get.
So that's
Ooh, okay.
Lorian is the eldest. Before he was crippled, he was a knight who single-handedly slayed the demon prince. The victory eternally scorching his sword with flame. The Cinders of the Lord state that the Lothric bloodline was obsessed with creating.
Damn, how did that do any damage to me?
And for some reason, Prince Lorian did not suffice. So they put their faith in
Nah, we're gonna get back, get some stamina.
last hope.
She loves the jump. Oh god, Sip is gonna be a fucking. Damn, GG's. Alright, fuck. You're gonna have to go get a few things.
Unspeakable means are. So that's up to us.
Son of a bitch, we're gonna have to get a few things. Try one more time.
Goes on to say that
Try one last time.
fire is a cursed one indeed.
Oh, well.
So Prince Lothric was cursed. With what? We don't know. But Lorian embraced
Yeah, I just doesn't do damage. It does nothing.
that Lorian, the one who embraced the curse, did so willingly and embraced his fate. When we kill Lorian in the boss fight, Lothric resurrects him, saying, well, that is our curse. So maybe being unable to die itself is the fire linking curse, and why he says, you remain among the accursed.
If it wasn't for the poison, then I feel like we'd be Gucci, but nah, the poison's kind of a factor here.
And settled down far, far away to watch the fire fade from a distance. The curse has made their souls nearly inseparable. So why did Lothric grow to despise and reject?
We're gonna wait for the poison to go.
Well,
We're
we're
gonna wait for the poison to go, and then we'll fight. And then if we lose this round, then I'm gonna go do a few things elsewhere. Maybe go fight Capra, get Capra out the way, because that's already gonna. I might just need to get another weapon.
Reject his fate as a Lord of Cinder. And there is so much more to the tale of Lothric, but we don't have time.
Not for this fight, but I'm thinking I'm gonna try it for this fight. Or I think I'm gonna try it this turn.
King of Lothric and his wife, the Queen. So please subscribe and look out for the optional bosses lore video. And the final main boss, the being we fight after the Firekeeper chastises the lords for going without thrones.
Blacksmith's
is the soul
Great
of Cinder
Hammer.
itself,
Okay.
located within the kiln of the first flame. The soul of Cinder is actually a fairly easy being to explain.
We might have to go kill Andre.
First Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as defender of the flame. The Soul of Cinder is their deific manifestation. More specifically, it's clear that the Soul of Cinder is this conglomerate of players themselves, us,
Yeah.
previous games and
Yep.
cycles, who have linked the fire, using the ninja flip,
Both, actually.
Dark Souls 1, curved swords, pyromancies, sorceries, miracles, and in Phase 2, the music
We're probably gonna go
shifts
get it
to
after
this
this fight. I don't want to do it to Andre.
theme as he takes on the First Lord's fighting style. A kiln also, it represents the state of the world if you look behind you. It's a city twisted and distorted and folded in on itself, just like the entire game and bosses we just journeyed through. Dark Souls 3 contains the histories, the people, and the lands of the Abyss Watcher's age, of the Pontiff and Aldrich's age, of Yorm's age, and the story of Lothric that literally seems to have called forth old Lords of Cinder to link the fire once again. And as you stand in front of the flame, 4 choices lay before you, more than any previous
Alright,
game.
let's try one more
But that's
time.
a video and a story for another time. This video is far, far too long already, and judging by my analytics for videos like this, only half the people who start
Bro, oh. That move too. That's a gay ass move as well.
The major shout out in this video is to a guy who runs a YouTube channel named AGL Connectors.
I dodged. I dodged. I dodged. The buttons just don't fucking work.
The beauty of Lothric, which really shows off
I
the beauty of this
fucking
game
dodged.
when you look at it.
And it just don't work.
Lord Gwyn's firstborn son was a god of war, who inherited the sunlight as well. The power of sunlight is manifest.
The buttons just don't work. Great fucking game. The buttons just don't work.
His son was once a dragon slayer who fought against his father's ancient enemy. And as you know, the ancient dragons once ruled over an age of grey, but Gwyn discovered their weakness.
I don't know what she must be on her period or something.
Later, advancements in arms would lead to lightning-imbued spears with a crossbow, which were developed to be stamped and thrust deep into the flesh.
Because she's doing some weird shit.
Firstborn's Dragon Slayer sword spear was the first of such weapons, for the Firstborn had respect only for arms and nothing else. At some point during the war, however, Gwyn's Firstborn had a change of heart. He switched sides and sacrificed everything to ally himself with the ancient dragons. And unlike a lot of Souls lore, this part of history is actually described as missing for a reason. For after he sided with the ancient dragons, Lord Gwyn's Firstborn was expunged from the annals of history, and his deific status.
Oh my god, you fucking bitch.
No longer in the books
You
of
fucking
history,
cunt.
and today even his name is not known. If you played around the time that Dark Souls 1 was released, the identity of the Firstborn was a complete mystery to all of us. All we knew was that he was Gwyn's Firstborn, that he was a god of war, and that he was a core part of the Warriors of Sunlight. So players puzzled over missing statues next to Gwyn, they puzzled over broken monuments of the Warriors of Sunlight, and we even guessed that the Firstborn himself could have just been a simple man from Astora who fought for the sun. And it is true that the god of war continued to watch over his Sunlight warriors, but we can now finally see where he went and why. The nameless king, firstborn son of Gwyn, heir of sunlight and god of war, left the miracle sunlight blade upon his father's coffin, perhaps as a final farewell.
And you
Now,
move
this
so
argument
fucking
is
slow in this
history.
game too.
It's been purposefully
That's one of the
placed
few bad things
so
about this
that
game. It's
do
fucking
make
slow as
traces
shit.
of his existence still remain out in the world and not be erased. In fact, it's a popular theory. and
No,
they
fuck
think
no.
that
Hell,
that
you are smoking every joint that was ever rolled. Right now? Fuck no.
that was named after a god of war. The mighty lion knights of Barossa, worshippers of the war god Faram, wore heavy armor and were feared for their two-handed sword blade. This armor was blessed by the war god Faram. Barossa would later fall to conflict with their
Yeah,
neighbors.
bullshit.
The legacy of the Haram Knights fell with it, so the information here is also lacking. But is the Nameless King the war god of Haram? Well, that's up to you to decide. Both are described as war gods, both place high value in arms. The Nameless King had to be king of some realm, and the Haram set is blessed and named after a god of war, who is possibly the one
What was I
emblazoned
doing?
upon the helm as
Okay.
a knight facing a dragon. Also, both the Nameless King and the Kingdom of Barossa fell from power. So, hey, whatever you believe, this is a classic example of souls leaving just enough clues that you can choose
Bitch,
to believe
suck my
or
fucking
not
dick.
choose to believe, so no one is provably right or wrong. But moving on to what we do know, the Nameless King tamed a small dragon, on which led a light of battle. Assumedly, this partnership with the Storm Drake was part of the Firstborn allying the ancient dragons. I have a few suspicions that the Storm Drake might also be known as a giant horned Oni, which
We
are found
need to
east
get on the other side of this. But no, this door doesn't open from that side, which is so fucking gay.
really fits the description of an Oni, whatever creature
Alright,
it is.
but I
And
know
it's certainly
how
a drake
to
that looks very much
get
like
on the
a
other
foreign
side.
offshoot of most other arachnid creatures in the world. It looks nothing like them, really. Oni are also found in an eastern land, and Barossa is in an eastern land as well. So maybe there's something here, but just speculation. When the Storm Drake fell, the king claimed its soul, as was customary in the Age of the Gods. In a giant flash, we see the Nameless King become imbued with the Drake's power of the storm, which is really reminiscent of
dumbass.
Ornstein and Smough, absorbing one another in their boss fight in Dark Souls 1, as the Age of the Gods was drawing to a close. Dark Souls 3's description of Smough's great hammer tells us that Smough was the last knight to remain at his post, guarding the ruined cathedral. Ornstein, on the other hand, he long guarded the ruined cathedral, but he left the land for search. So you're probably asking yourself, how did Ornstein leave the cathedral if I killed him in Dark Souls 1, and then again in Dark Souls 2? Well, remember, Dark Souls 3 is the game that very openly references the fact that events are doomed to repeat themselves. More than any previous game, this is a game about cycles, and the Lords of Cinder who contributed to their We see so many cycles in Lords. So, yes, a lot of narratives and plots in the game have been recycled. In a way, that's what the games are about. But in Dark Souls 3, it's nice because a lot of these plots are further along than ever before. Take Ornstein, for example. In this timeline, he survived until he tied the standing rounds in the cathedral, and he left. For during this dragonless age, where he stood
Alright, we're just gonna have to take the damage.
Ornstein, the dragon slayer, stood filled with quite a profound purpose. So he left in search of the Nameless King. So the question becomes, did he intend to kill
Now
the
you
Nameless
come,
King,
you
or
bitch.
did he intend to serve him? Ornstein's
You
set,
bitch.
Dark Souls 1, describes Ornstein as the captain of the four knights of Lord Gwyn.
I'm really not looking
Leo
forward.
Ring of
Have you
Light
fought Capra Demon?
describes him as the first knight of the
Buck.
sun's eldest born, the Nameless
That
King.
is the
Since
second worst
the
boss in
fight
this game.
early, and he could be both
The
captain
second
and
worst boss
guard,
in the
and
whole
simultaneously
fucking
was
game.
the
I'm
firstborn.
not lying to
I think
you
it's most
at
likely
all,
that
and I'm not
Ornstein
joking.
abandoned
You
his
can
role
ask
as
any of the
captain
boys, they
guard,
will agree.
and then decided to serve the Nameless King instead, after he was exiled.
Fucking Capra Demon's
Best
going to be
evidence
fucking
that
trouble,
Ornstein
man.
remained a friend to the Nameless King
Capra
is
Demon's
the
going to be
Sacred Book
trouble.
description, which
Fuck.
labels him as not just the Nameless King's first knight, but his faithful. Since the game is clarifying something like this, then I'm going to
You
make
move,
him
bitch!
loyal to the Nameless King. So Ornstein tracks down and pledges allegiance to the Nameless King. But what becomes of Ornstein after his arrival in Archdragon Peak? We find his armor and his weapon
Somebody.
after the Nameless King fight, but it's just discarded to the side. It's not upon a corpse.
Like,
it's
I'm
on a
really
chest.
not looking
And
forward
this
to
is
doing
strange
fucking Capra
for
Demon.
souls, right? It stands out. I don't think there's many examples of this happening. So sure, it wouldn't make sense for the armor to give
Bro, fucking bitch.
like this are at least meant to be in chests.
I'm not looking forward to Capra Demon, dude. I don't want to fucking do... I might do Capra Demon off stream to do safe states, because I don't feel like doing this whole fucking run back. We'll try it a few times, but I make no fucking promises.
Transformation into a dragon. So, is Ornstein alive? Is he dead? Was he killed by the nameless king? Or did he become a dragon in the shrine? His fate is left for you. So we've mentioned the spell, Sacred Oath.
I hate the hollows almost just as much.
Miracle to the warrior's son tells the tale of the son's firstborn, his faithful first night, and the brave dragon slayer who served both.
Hey, Buck.
The brave dragon slayer who served them both. So a few dragon slayers could.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do Capra Demon on stream. I'm not going to do that on stream. I'm doing it off stream. I'm not doing all this horse shit every time. I refuse. I'm not going to. I refuse. I'm not. No. I'm not doing all this stupid shit every time. Yeah, this stupid ass run back. I can't even get to the boss. God. God damn, I gotta do all that bullshit again. Kill this cocksucker.
In Dark Souls 1, it's implied Havel was locked away.
What the hell?
All that time ago,
Hi, Dobbs. Dobbs is in chat?
Gwyn himself who locked his
Oh.
friend away. We also talked about how a piece of occult weaponry was capable of healing the gods, and it was locked away in the basement.
I'm not doing this, dude. I'm not doing... Fuck this, dude. As soon as I get to Capra Demon, I'm gonna cut stream off, fight Capra Demon, and then cut stream back on. So, if I get off, that's why. Move, you fucking bitch-ass fucking dogs. Fucking cunts. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I'll fucking, I'm gonna post the video and shit. But, no, I'm not. Alright, so, I'll be right back.